Hello everyone and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we're going to be looking at how to exclude targets or IP addresses from a scan. Alright, so simply put, we're going to be looking at how to exclude a certain IP addresses or a specific IP address from a scan. So let's say you wanted to scan a subnet but you wanted to exclude some IP addresses for the for the sake of saving time, or you just want to specialize your scan onto a certain number of computers and obviously excluding one. All right, so let's get started. Now what we are going to be doing in this lecture is I'm going to perform a scan on my subnet, which is my local area network. All right, so let me just zoom this in so we have a good picture of what's going on. All right, so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan my subnet and I'm going to exclude my Windows operating system or my current host operating system in which I'm running this virtual machine on. All right, so I'm not going to exclude my Kali Linux. Of course, it's not going to scan the own computer, but nonetheless, I'll be excluding my Windows computer so that you can see that it does work. All right, so simply put, we're going to be using the nmap command, and let me just enlarge this so we have a better idea of what's going on. So I'm going to enlarge this nmap, and now we specify the target, and then we use the parameter exclude, and then that is also followed by the target that we want to exclude. All right, so in this case, we are scanning a subnet 192.168.1. all right, 0.1 and 24, right? We're scanning the entire subnet, but again, we're excluding the Windows operating system or the Windows computer on my network. So to do that, we use the double dash and hit exclude. Very, very simple, exclude. And after that, we give the targets or the target that we want to exclude. So we could say 192.168.1.104. That is the IP address of my Windows computer that is on my network. All right. So once I hit enter, it's going to perform the scan and it's going to exclude that operating system. So let's hit enter and let's see what results we get. All right. So the scan is started and I'll get back to you when the scan is complete. All right, so the scan is complete, and as you can see, it returned the results, and it's the only devices that it managed to get on my network. And I specifically I did that purposely. I only left my other Windows workstation currently online and the router, obviously. So as you can see, it did work. And just to prove that it did work, I'm just going to get rid of the exclude, right? And I'm going to try and ping my I'm going to try and scan the Windows machine that I did exclude from the scan. So I'm just going to hit enter, and you'll probably see that it will get the results. It will scan, and there, as you can see, it has got it there. Fantastic. So we know that the exclude command does work and how it works. Now looking at some other options that you can use with the exclude command. As I said, you can specify more than one target. All right. So the exclude option is very useful if you want to exclude specific hosts. Let's say when scanning a large number of addresses. All right, so let's look at an example here in which we can use this. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just scan an entire subnet. So nmap, again, 192.168.1.1, the subnet 24, and we're going to exclude. Right now, we are going to exclude a range. All right, so we've looked at ranges, at IP ranges, and how to incorporate them into your nmap scans. So let's say we wanted to exclude a range. Let's say a range of 103 to 104. So essentially, we're getting rid of the two Windows workstations because I know that the IPs are 104 and 103 respectively. All right, so I'm going to exclude 192.168.1, all right, 0.100. So I'm going to say 103 to 104, all right? So that's the range of IPs that I'm going to exclude from the scan on the entire subnet. So once I hit enter, whoops, my mistake. I actually forgot to use the correct syntax there. So I have to use a / there, and I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to start the scan. And the results will be very, very obvious. Essentially, what's going to happen is it's going to scan the entire subnet, but it's going to exclude the IP range of 103 to 104, which is essentially 2 IP addresses. But on my network, they account for the computers that are the computers, the two Windows computers that are running on my network. All right, so as you can see, it has returned my router and one of my mobile devices that is currently on my network right here. And yeah, that's essentially how you how to exclude a certain range of IP addresses. So that's going to be it for this lecture, and I'll be seeing you in the next lecture.